Hey Facebook fans, this is Deborah, and so I am landed in San Diego. So much more humid, my hair is going frizzy, but I'm in a hotel room. I've got actually a quick, about hour and 45 minutes, little break before I have my first meeting. It's like a pool party, so go figure meeting, but loosely used. What I'm going to show you is what I'm going to do as a wake-up call. So how is this functional? So what you're going to see, and the music overhead is kind of loud, so sorry about that, but watch how I'm going to do unilateral work. And what that means is when I do a chest press, I can, and I would actually use a ball. However, it's so flat that it's probably not safe. It's so flat, it's almost as stable as being on the floor, so it becomes not functional at all. So I'm probably not going to use that. I'm going to just go to the floor. And what I want to show you is unilateral work using one arm at a time versus the other one. And if I could use the ball, I'd have a hip lift. So I'm going to incorporate that on the floor. And I'm going to turn right into another exercise. So think about, what if you were moving, right? What if you were cleaning the house, you were lifting, you were doing something that just had to be done? We move quickly, one to the next to the next. When you watch people in the weight room, a lot of times that is not what they're doing. They do a set, and then they walk around and they check their cell phone and their iPod and they talk, and it is nothing like real life. So changing your workout to be more like functional life can actually carry over more outside the gym, which is ultimately what you want, right? You want it to make you better at living, and that's what I'm going to show you. So I'm going to show you 3 exercises, and for some of you who've been asking about dual cable exercises, in a little bit I will potentially show you different videos. So I'm going to turn it off, turn it back on, and if you happen to be in the cafe, I'll show you my go-tos for when I use the cable and why I use it and why I love it. So if you don't have one in your basement, you don't belong to a gym, don't worry about it. But if you're in the cafe, you have that little bonus, and it may actually plant a seed for, okay, now I've got something else I can use at the gym. So I'm going to put this down at the risk. You're going to have to watch more than you can hear because of the overhead music. So here's where you're going to look. This is a little tricky when you get into a gym, when you've got a ton of mirrors around. It gets a little tricky here. So I have to admit, I did a warm-up. So I did walking lunges, I've done side lunges, I've got my thighs, my hips are already warm, my core is woken up. So what I'm gonna do now on this set is come down. I'm gonna hold this weight because it's heavy. I'm gonna raise the hips up, and then I'm doing this unilateral work, right up and overhead. The elbow touches down, but it doesn't come to rest. 4 and 5, and my hips are pretty high. You don't want to let them sink. If you want to have them up, get them up. Exhale and push. And press. And I've got a pretty heavy weight here. So again, I'm thinking, what if you have to move? What if you have to lift things? You usually don't get to pick what weight they are, right? I'm going to do one more, and I think I'm done. So truly fatigued, that's where you want to get. And this one comes up. This arm comes down. And again, as I bring that weight up, it comes right up over the chest. It's not drifting out to the side, and that becomes functional and safe at the same time. I'm thinking about pushing my knees away from my hips. Weights in the back of my head, right in the center, so I'm not jamming my chin to my chest. Push up. Exhale and press. As soon as I'm done with this set, trying to get equal rhythm on the other side, I've got to grab a second weight, because I'm going to go right into bent over rows. I'm going to bring this weight down. It goes right here. Don't go away. So from a bent over row, if I were a bodybuilder, I'd stand absolutely still. I'm not. I'm going to live functionally. And this is how we pick something off the floor, right? We engage with the legs first, and then with the arms. Tuck your chin in. Use the legs and the core, and then the upper body. 2 more, 1 more. exercise. So here's what I'm gonna do. Just moving equipment, moving the furniture. So I'm gonna take this, one leg out, side lunge, up, and then back behind me, and up. So it's out here, come up, go too slow and you lose your balance. Just catch up, and then down. What I'm doing is loading that hip. Balance, core, inner thigh, balance, and then back, and up, over, come up. So you can see where this goes. You've got to do equal time on the other side. Pull up, sit back, lift up, core is nice and tight. In and down, pull and over. Lift up, sit back, and up, over, up. So you want to be going slow enough here. You really feel this weight in the glute. That curtsy squat. If you're after that, strengthening, loading, and ironically there's a little stretch there, right? So if you have sciatica, you have hip issues right now, this is not your exercise. This is to prevent it, and once you get well, you can add this one. We're gonna switch sides. So here we go, watch. You'll keep me honest here, because quite often, we already discovered yesterday, remember? This is not my great leg. Now, I just planted that seed for myself as a bad idea. You don't ever want to tell yourself this is my bad leg, right? Tell yourself you're getting stronger. It's better than it used to be. So you're loading the glute. And again, stand up and really go tall, because that activates the glute. And then sit back, activate again, tall. We tend to kind of be in motion. We stay low, don't do it, come tall. And then back and up, over, lift, come back, and come back in. Over, come up, sit back, and come back in. Nice job, 2 more. And lift, come back, and up. 1 more time. I'm gonna take you back through these, chest, back, and we'll do a different leg. 1 more. For progression, first set, second set, third set, typically I will go a little heavier. Not always, sometimes I'll go heavy, lighter, lighter. But I was pretty pooped last time, so I'm not going heavier. You gotta be smart and know, where do I lose my form? Can I do enough of those? My answer today is, I don't think I could, so I'm not gonna try. Here we go, hips high and push. Almost, but not quite down. This other side has to act more because it has no weight. It's more balance. You have to be a little bit more conscious. Feet and knees together. Again, a step toward more balance. Press. Exhale. I'm going to get to true fatigue, so don't quit early here. Hips high. And I'm there. All right, so other side. And the ideal is, yeah, I would love to get an equal time over here. Exactly the same I did over here, but you have to be smart. So if you find you can't get them, well, don't keep going, but make a note of it. Because when you're doing one leg and then the other, or one arm and then the other, you can really easily find out you've got an imbalance before it becomes a pain or an injury, and then fix it. So get that side that's weaker, stronger. Hips high, push up, press, core nice and tight, push, again, press. I've got 1 more here. And right here, both my weights are here. I come right back up. I'm gonna bend those knees because I've got to use the legs and not the back. to come up. In position, there's a little leg motion here. 3, weights on the heels. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I'm there. Okay, so the leg exercise. Here's where I'm gonna go. On an angle so you can see it. What I'm gonna do is start here. I'm gonna take this back into a lunge, one-legged. So again, I'm coming up, and you can't see it. You're seeing my right gesture leg. My left leg is really the one doing the work. So it is holding all the weight. Core tight. Functional, because there's a bit more balance in it. Squeeze the glutes. Push through this standing heel. And get a little taller every time you come up. 2 to go. You got 1 more. I'm gonna go to the other side. So if you need it, I know somebody the other day said, I can't do that because of balance. How could you do it? Hand here, or something not moving, and a little less range of motion. Would that make it doable? Then do that. There's always a starting place. Nobody starts at the end. Okay? And lift. So in this one, you're just gonna finish this set out. If you have a 3rd set in you, you go to that chest press again. You go to the bent over row. And then you do a leg. What I've done is 2 legs so far in each of these 2 sets. And I encourage you to do that too. Do a different leg each time you come to it. So you're working those glutes from all angles. We sit too much, then we only walk, and we need to use those muscles. 360. I'm gonna do 2 more with you. 1 more. And you got it. All right, questions if you've got them. Hey, Brenda Nelson, did day one today. Gonna incorporate it into daily workout. Awesome, great. Okay, hey, Wendy. Awesome, get these in today. Hey, Jeannie. Don't make me do this alone, Jeannie. All right, you got these. Thanks so much, you guys. That's day 2. So when you're looking, you're watching them after the fact, you could go back and say, okay, video 1, just click on videos, and I've labeled them all. Functional strength day 1, this is functional strength day 2, and I will be back tomorrow. So, see you then.